The Queen's Magical Masquerade. Chapter 1. The Village of Willowbrook. In the quiet village of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests in the kingdom of Ethoria, lived a young woman named Ilara. At 19, she was known for her gentle hands and keen mind, tending to the sick alongside her grandmother, Agnes, the village healer. Their small cottage overflowed with drying herbs, their scents mingling with the smoke of a crackling hearth. Ilara's days were simple, grinding roots, brewing teas, but her nights were alive with stories. Agnes, with her silver hair and eyes like faded stars, had once served at the royal palace in the capital, Luminara. Her tales were Ilara's treasures, especially those of the magical masquerade. A grand ball held every 100 years when the moons aligned and magic stirred the air. The masks, Agnes would say, her voice a soft melody, are woven with enchantments older than the kingdom itself. Each grants its wearer a gift, a glimpse of truth, a whisper of power, for one night only. One crisp autumn evening, as the wind rattled the shutters, Agnes grew frail. Her hands trembled as she pressed an ornate mask into Ilara's palms. Crafted of silver filigree and studded with gems that caught the firelight, it seemed to hum with secrets. "This is no ordinary mask," Agnes whispered. "It's been in our family for generations. Wear it to the masquerade, my dear. It will show you your path." That night, Agnes slipped away, leaving Ilara with a hollow ache and a burning resolve. Chapter 2. The Road to Luminara. The masquerade was a month away, and Ilara knew she must honor her grandmother's wish. She packed a satchel, bread, a water skin, the mask wrapped in cloth, and set out at dawn. The journey to Luminara spanned leagues of winding trails, and Ilara joined a caravan of merchants bound for the capital. Among them was Milo, a wiry lad with a lute and a quick smile, who offered her a place by their fire each night. The road was not without peril. On the third day, bandits ambushed the caravan, their blades glinting in the sun. Ilara, heart pounding, grabbed a fallen branch and swung it at a thief, giving Milo time to rally the others. The bandits fled, and the merchants hailed her bravery. "You've got spirit," Milo grinned, strumming a tune in her honor. As they neared Luminara, the landscape shifted. Fields gave way to spires, and the air buzzed with anticipation. Chapter 3. The City of Wonders. Luminara was a marvel. Towers of white stone pierced the sky, and streets bustled with vendors hawking silks and spices. The palace loomed above, its golden domes aglow. Ilara found lodging at an inn, where a kind seamstress named Lila helped her stitch a gown from scraps of emerald fabric. "You'll shine at the ball," Lila said, eyeing the mask Ilara kept hidden. The masquerade spanned 3 nights, a tradition tied to the triple alignment of Ethoria's moons. On the eve of the first night, Ilara stood before a cracked mirror, slipping the mask over her face. A shiver coursed through her, and her reflection seemed to flicker. At the palace gates, guards scrutinized invitations, but when Ilara presented her mask, they stepped aside as if it bore a silent command. Chapter 4. The First Night. Shadows and Secrets. The ballroom was a dream woven in light and shadow. Chandeliers dripped crystals, casting rainbows over guests in swirling capes and feathered masks. Music floated from unseen harps, and the air thrummed with magic. Ilara's mask tingled against her skin, and as she moved through the crowd, she saw faint glows around people. Auras, she realized, revealing their hearts, golden for kindness, silver for ambition, dark as pitch for deceit. Near a fountain of sparkling wine, a woman with a crimson mask and a shadowy aura spoke in hushed tones to masked figures. Ilara recognized her voice. Lady Seraphina, a noble rumored to dabble in forbidden arts. The mask of dominion, Seraphina hissed. With it, we control them all. The queen falls at midnight on the third night. Ilara's breath caught. She needed to act, but who would trust a stranger? A figure in a silver mask approached. You look lost, he said, his voice warm yet steady. I'm Dorian, advisor to Queen Isolde. What troubles you? Trusting the golden glow of his aura, Ilara confided the plot. Dorian's eyes narrowed behind his mask. Come with me. Chapter 5. The Queen's Council. In a chamber adorned with tapestries, Queen Isolde sat, her presence both gentle and commanding. Her mask, a cascade of sapphire feathers, framed eyes that saw too much. Speak, she said, and Ilara recounted Seraphina's words. The queen's lips tightened. The mask of dominion is a relic of our bloodline, lost decades ago. If it's here, the danger is grave. Dorian explained that the mask could amplify the powers of all others, bending their magic to its wearer's will. We'll watch Seraphina, Isolde decided, but we must be subtle until the third night, when the moon's power peaks. Ilara nodded, her resolve hardening. Chapter 6. The second night, the Dance of Masks. The second night brought a masquerade tournament, games of wit and magic. Guests wielded their masks' gifts. One turned invisible to steal a banner, another conjured flames to light a darkened maze. Ilara's mask revealed lies, and in a contest of riddles, she unmasked a cheating lord, earning cheers and Seraphina's cold stare. Prince Tristan, the queen's son, joined her for a dance. Tall and masked in gold, he was charming yet distant. You're not like the others, he said, intrigued by her candor. As they twirled, Seraphina's spies closed in, but Ilara slipped away, her mask warning her of their intent. Chapter 7. The Mask's Burden. That night, Ilara dreamt of Agnes, who whispered, The mask chose you for a reason. Awake, she met Dorian in the palace gardens. He taught her to focus the mask's power, sensing not just auras, but whispers of thought. It's tied to the royal line, he said. Your grandmother? She was more than a healer, wasn't she? Ilara's mind raced, but answers eluded her. Seraphina cornered her near dawn, offering riches for the mask. When Ilara refused, dark tendrils of magic lashed out. Milo, who'd snuck into the palace to find her, pulled her free, and they fled to Dorian's protection. Chapter 8. The Third Night, Midnight Unveiled. The final night glittered with tension. The queen announced a ceremony. At midnight, all masks would lift, revealing truth. Seraphina struck first, her spell seizing control of lesser masks, turning guests into puppets. Chaos reigned, tables overturned, screams pierced the air. Ilara's mask flared, its power surging. She saw Seraphina's plan to claim the mask of dominion and bind the kingdom's magic. With Dorian's spells and Tristan's sword, Ilara confronted her. You'll not have it, she cried, channeling the mask's light. Their magics clashed, a storm of shadow and radiance, until Seraphina faltered, unmasked as a banished sorceress. Chapter 9. A Royal Legacy. As peace settled, Isolde embraced Ilara. Your grandmother was my sister, who fled to protect you from courtly strife. You're a princess, child. The revelation shook Ilara, but the mask's warmth steadied her. She was of Willowbrook and Luminara both. Tristan knelt, offering friendship, and perhaps more. Stay, he urged, and Ilara smiled, torn yet hopeful. Chapter 10. The Dawn of Balance. Ilara remained, training in magic and governance, but she never forgot her roots. She built schools in villages, shared the masquerade's wonders with all. The mask rested in the palace, a symbol of unity. And though the moons drifted apart, Ilara's story, born of a magical night, endured, a beacon of courage and heart.